All right, everyone, we have made it. This is the last week of your Psych 2100 WQ lab. Well, it probably doesn't quite feel like you've made it since you probably are still drowning in final papers and exams and stuff, but the end is very close, and then you'll be able to relax over summer. But first, just a couple very quick things to go over this week as you finish up your final papers. Mostly, I'm just going to be going over the expectations for our final course evaluations and then just a couple last minute notes for wrapping up the semester. So, first, let's talk about peer evaluations. We did a midterm version of these in class, but these are the ones that are going to actually count as the end of semester peer evaluations. So please do, as you're filling these out, put some thought into these. Really think carefully about what the contributions were of each group member. What were their strengths? What were the points that, maybe they could have done better, perhaps, or, they said they were going to commit to something, but then didn't, something like that. This is worth, over 10% of everyone's grade, so please do take this seriously. And just, keep in mind that an overinflated grade is just as dishonest as sort of a deflated grade. So to that point, the one thing that you'll notice is different about the end of semester peer evaluations compared to the mid-semester ones is that in addition to doing the sort of the kind of the Likert scale, kind of the 1 to 5 kind of scoring that you did last time, you will also need to actually justify your scores. There will be a text box where you have to just write just a little bit about why you gave that group member those sorts of scores. Now, it doesn't have to be an essay, right? It can just be something like, oh, I marked this person down because they kept saying they were going to come to meetings and they didn't. Or, no, I gave them all 5s because they were consistently really amazing. So, just think about why you're giving them the grades that they are and then communicate that to me. So if you don't give me this justification, I won't be able to take any of your grading into account. So please do, it's really important that you actually just put down a little bit of justification. Like I said, it doesn't have to be paragraphs and paragraphs, just a little bit of extra thought. Just so you know, I'm not even going to look at these, except maybe just to see like who's turned them in until after I'm done grading the final papers. So I don't, there won't be any kind of bias seeping into how I grade your papers based off of what your group members say or something like that. So if that is a concern for you, don't worry about it. Okay, so just like the mid-semester, we're going to do this online through a Google Forms link. That is on Husky CT. It's in the Lab 13 overview document. I'm also going to put that just in the Lab 13 folder on Husky CT. Just a quick note about this. This is required for everyone to fill out. If you don't fill this out for each one of your group members, you are going to receive a 0 for your peer evaluation score. So that means a 0 for that portion of your grade that's worth 12.5%. Doesn't matter if all of your group members think that you are the best ever, you're going to receive a 0. So in order to receive any of your peer evaluation credit, you have to fill this out for your other group members. It's just because otherwise it does not work to sort of get a sense of how everyone contributed to these group projects if the whole group is not putting in these peer evaluations. Okay, all of these are due no later than Friday night. Preferably earlier, just to, save me from having to track people down, but Friday night at the latest. Okay, similarly, because it's the end of the semester, it's time for TA evaluations. So, of course, this is evaluating me and my performance in this class. There will be a link for this coming soon, Maybe by the time you watch this, it will already be available to you. I'm waiting for the link from my higher ups to get to you. So that just keep an eye out for that. But eventually you will get another Google Forms link to fill out for me. These answers are totally anonymous, right? I have no idea who says what. So if you're just like, she's got a stinky face or whatever, I have no idea who put that. It's not going to end up affecting your grade in any way. I'm not going to see any of these results to these evaluations until after the semester has ended. But here's the thing though. I really do need full class participation. Again, if we're trying to sort of figure out generally, how I performed, just like trying to look at the peer evaluations, then, more data is going to be more helpful. So I really do need full class participation in this. My supervisors really encourage 100% response rates. So please, please, please do this for me. I also really do take these very seriously. I read through all of my evaluations every semester. I take them into account. I make changes every semester. And especially with the semester being so weird, there were a lot of changes we all had to make, but I'm really interested to hear sort of how some of those worked, what did work, what didn't work, so I can sort of take that moving forward, sort of in my career and just continue to, hopefully just continue to be a better educator and things like that. So I really do take these seriously. It's really a big favor to me if you fill these out. Okay, these are also due by Friday. Again, I will let you know whenever that link comes around to me so I can pass it on along to you. All right, so, you're going to do your peer evals, you're going to do your TA eval, and, oh yeah, I guess there is just that little final paper that you need to do. So just as last final reminders about the paper, the final paper is due Friday at midnight. Please do not be late on this because I need to turn around and get your grades to Professor Lundquist very shortly thereafter. So help me help you get your grades in on time. Or I should say, make sure your professor gets your grades turned in on time. So anyways, it's due Friday at midnight. Make sure that you turn in everything in one document in this order. So you're going to start with your title page. Again, this is all APA formatted. Then you're going to have your abstract on its own page. Then you're going to have your revised introduction. Again, this is an individual assignment that you should sort of take your revisions from the draft and put them into your final paper. Then you're going to have your revised method section. That is, probably as a group, you might have decided to do it individually for the revisions. Same thing followed by the results section. Followed finally by the revised discussion section. Everyone should have their discussions back now. And then starting on a new page will be your references from all of the sections. Again, making sure they are in alphabetical order by author. And then finally, your figures pages. So remember, graphs and tables will all be on their own individual pages per APA. So all of those things together should be 15 pages. If you're having trouble meeting that, shoot me an email, let me know sooner rather than later. Don't shoot me an email Friday at 10 o'clock. I'm probably asleep because I'm roughly 102 years old. Okay. In the method, remember way back, I said that you're going to have to put an analysis section in for your final paper. What is that? What does that mean? Some of you guys have asked about this already. If you're looking at it now, be sure to go back to the method section handout in Lab 5 of Husky CT. It does cover what should be in there. And also to put back into your method now that you've kind of finished everything up, are those Chromback alphas, those reliability statistics, if you had any pre-made scales. So if you had any depression scales, loneliness scales, self-esteem scales, things like that, you're going to have to go back and put those into your method section when you're talking about your measures. If you are not sure if you have those, or you can't find them, or nothing that I'm saying is ringing a bell, maybe shoot me an email and we can just make sure you're squared away before you turn in the final paper. Oh, and then of course, just make sure you're checking over the final paper assignment and the rubric on Husky CT, just to make sure you're really clear on what's expected for this last assignment. Okay, like I said, everything's in APA format. Please check out the APA guides on Husky CT as well as Purdue OWL. And just a plug, I have one more virtual office hours on Wednesday from 2 to 4 Eastern. So come pop in, have a chat. I'll reassure you that it's all really okay. And we'll, make sure that your final paper is just, nice and structured and tight and looking good for kind of final submission. And then last but not least, everyone, I hope you have an amazing summer once this is all over. I know that this is not how anyone expected this semester to go. It's not how anyone wanted this summer to go. To those of you who are seniors, I'm really, truly sorry that you don't get a lot of the sort of senior milestones that you were really looking forward to. I really understand that. But I just hope everyone is doing okay and staying healthy and continues to stay healthy and continues to sort of find the good moments even in all of this. So I hope everyone gets through finals okay and then goes on and has a really relaxing, great summer. So as always, if you have questions, shoot me an email. You can post it to Husky CT or come swing by office hours on Wednesday from 2 to 4. And with that, I'll just thank everyone for a really great semester. And if you have any questions in the future or, just want to say hi, drop me a line. All right. Bye, everyone.